Bink, the humble monster.
Looks high but doesn't smoke.
Don't smoke.
Don't smoke. What's up, Cipha, man?
Man, what's good, bro? How are you?
First of all, today on Bink About It Podcast, we got my guy, the legend, Hot 97's own Cipha Sounds.
Wait, you started? We're on?
We on, Jack. We going right in, Jack.
Damn.
We going right. That's how we doing it, uncut raw.
Well, man, it's an honor. It's an honor to be here.
Come on, brother. We got history. You supposed to have some NPC lessons that we never got into, but we ain't gonna bring that up.
I realized how much I sucked at making beats, so I didn't want to waste your time.
Yeah, you found your niche, though. I tell you that.
You know what I had?
Found your niche.
Sound good? Check.
Yeah, sound great.
I was nice. At drums. I always get a good drum going, and I could get a good weird sample, and then that's where it would stop. So if I was making beats, if I was alive in 88 to 91, I would have killed them.
Bodied them.
But then people started playing instruments and bass lines. I was like, all right, I'm out of here, guys.
This is where I check out. So look, man, I'm gonna get into it because I came up with some interesting things. I didn't even know myself. DJ Riz.
Yeah. That's
what you interned for first, right?
Yeah. My whole career is based on being somebody's intern. I found it that if I would offer, I didn't know Bink. I'm a kid from the Bronx. I moved to Long Island in high school. I knew nothing about nothing. I didn't know how to get in the game. I wasn't musically inclined. I just know I could work hard at something that I like.
Right.
So just find somebody who was doing something I liked, and I'd be like, "Can I help you? Can I give you a ride? Can I pick you?" Like Riz didn't have a car. DJ Riz, a most incredible DJ from Brooklyn, he didn't have a car. So I'll be like, "Yo, can I drive you to the gig and hang out and watch and learn?"
Right.
Yeah, and that's all. And then after a while, I just make myself invaluable. You know what I'm saying? Where like the night I can't go, he's like, "Oh damn, I didn't realize how easy it was." He would pick me up at my doorstep, drive me to the spot in front. He'd go park.
Right.
You know, and that's how I got Hot 97. That's how I got working with Pharrell. That's how I got working for Jay-Z. Like everything was like, I'll do it. Oh, you
whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Now, mind you, the Riz days, we had crates then.
Yeah.
So that ride was real.
Yeah. And he had like 6 crates of records.
Yeah, I knew it.
And because he was one of them, like he was speed mixing back in those days before people were doing like they do now, because you have all these songs on a laptop. He was doing it for real. So
no, Kid Capri was the first person I seen.
Oh yeah, Kid was nice with the fast mixing.
So he came to Virginia one time, and I was like, I was DJing too, so I was like, fuck that, I'm going up here to see what he's doing.
Yeah.
So he would have like 3 records on the turntable at one time sometimes. I was like, oh, okay, Kid. Yeah, so Kid had a playlist on the record. I said,
yeah.
Straight up. So I was like, yeah, he's switching these records way too fast for me, bro. Like
I never knew you DJ'd.
That's how I started.
I never knew that.
So when I moved to New York, everybody thought I was in New York DJing for the Lost Boys.
Oh.
They had no idea I was producing music at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Except for a select few. But the most people, all they knew me for was DJing.
Oh, that's crazy. It was Bink?
Bink Dog.
Wait, you were with the Lost Boys?
That's how I started.
What did you do for them?
I did 4 on Love, Peace, and Happiness album. I did Beats from
did
East.
Beats. And so that's how you know Jamal? Our mutual friend
Right.
Jamal.
A
I
landlord.
always wondered how you knew Jamal. That's crazy.
That's the correlation right there. That's how we met up.
Wow.
Yeah. Great dude.
How did you meet them? Sorry, I don't mean to turn this podcast
No,
around.
it's all good. With
I'm a
Cheeks,
natural at interviewing.
no, Cheeks, we're gonna give and take. But Cheeks was in Virginia, you know what I'm saying, for a while. So he was with, yeah. But you remember Buck and L?
Bucket L?
Buck and L. You remember those two guys? They had a company called Butt Naked.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
They were down with Puff.
Right. Yeah.
They was getting a lot of money in Virginia.
Oh.
And they were the guys behind Cheeks at the time.
Okay.
So my dude was from Detroit, Lil D. Shout out to Lil D, and he introduced me to them, and that's how I met Cheeks. So Cheeks, ended up being in Virginia for a while. Then he left, went back to New York, and he got on.
Was that?
So
this is before they got on.
Yeah, this bro, the funniest shit ever. He leaves Virginia. I'm at the crib watching what was the fucking cop show? No, the cop show used to come on back in the day with Malik Yoba on it.
Oh yeah, New York Undercover.
New York Undercover, bro. I'm watching this shit, and I hear lifestyles on the shit. Never heard the song before, but I knew the voice.
Yeah.
I know that Cheeks. I called Cheeks' house. His grandma answered the phone. Cheeks is on television right now. I'm like, I never forget it, bro. Like, they chills. Like, I feel like I'm that much closer. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how we
crazy.
Met. Stupid.
I never knew that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not the first. Is that the first commercial thing you ever did?
I never did
No, I know that. I'm saying on the second album.
No. My first actual record was Blackstreet Don't Leave.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah.
Oh, I know you hear that all the time. Sorry.
I did that before I moved to New York. We actually did Don't Leave in '93.
With is that with Teddy?
Yep, with Teddy. It didn't come out till '96.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
now that you say that, I do hear your shit in there.
Right. So it's like now, you fast forward, I moved to New York and I didn't get on the Legal Drug Money album. I missed that.
Yeah.
And then I came back with Love, Peace, and Happiness album. Ended up getting 4 up there. Then I was off for the races after that.
Oh man.
We'll get back on you. Who's you used to be on tour with Lil Kim too, right?
Yep. Lil Kim days were crazy. See, back then I was Mr. Backpack, Underground, Army hat every single day. Boot camp click in my headphones every day. But I got down with that woman Jessica, who was a manager of a lot of big DJs, Funkmaster Flex included, and they called her and asked for a DJ to go on the road with Lil Kim. And I was the new young kid around. Like I said, I would do anything. So they hooked me with her. They said they'll try me out for a couple shows, see how they like it. And I don't think, like, this is like Lil Kim right at this before her album came out. All she had, we did shows with Players Anthem, Junior Mafia Players Anthem.
Right.
Money. Whatever other song she had on a Junior Mafia album. I think we did like 3 songs. It was like she had like 2 or 3 R&B remixes out.
So she had like a 15-minute set.
Yeah, these were like little club dates. The first show we ever did was actually in Virginia. That's funny that I'm talking to you. The first show ever was in Virginia, and then the album came out, and then No Time came out, and then the album came out, and then it just started rolling. So
y'all came to Hampton, wasn't it?
I don't remember exactly.
I was there. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I was there for it, so I think it was Hampton. That's
early
days.
Yeah,
super early. Yeah.
Yeah, and then and I was so I'm like, first, I love Big. Everybody loves Biggie, but I'm being an underground. I used to work in a record shop called Fat Beats, which was like all strictly underground, 12-inch vinyl selling. And so I work at Fat Beats during the week, and then on the weekends I go on the road with Lil Kim, and they would each each camp would abuse me for being down with the other. Oh, you be with them underground niggas, son. You corny. And then the underground niggas be like, you be with them champagne niggas, yo. You corny. Like,
oh wow.
But I just looked at it as like a job. This is how I looked at it. I know all these dope underground artists. If I could get in the game, I could bring them up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like figure out, meet people, whatever. Whatever. I was naive. But Kim shit was the thing about Kim is we went everywhere because back then the country wasn't as united as it is now with hip hop. You know, the South had their own thing, Houston had their own thing, the West Coast had their own thing, and not everyone liked New York hip hop, you know what I mean? But
right.
Everyone wanted to see Kim. Everyone.
That
so we
poster,
went
bro.
everywhere. The album
poster?
cover, right? Yeah.
Woo!
So it was me, Little C's, and then like Nino Brown or Trife from Junior Mafia, and we would just hit the road with her. It was
you
crazy.
end up driving, I'm sure.
And I learned,
You end up driving, I'm sure.
No, they wouldn't let me drive.
They
wouldn't let me drive.
That's good for you.
Yeah, but I was in the way back. They missed 90% of the flights.
Wow.
I'm an OCD organized person, Bink. And I'd be sitting in the lobby and I'm like, we're not gonna make this flight. We ain't gonna make. My head was trying to explode. To the point where like me and Kim had a little deal. Like Sunday morning, if there was no more shows, like we did Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday morning, she would give me like $50 extra out of her pocket, and I could take a cab to the airport, switch my flight, and take a cab home because they would sleep in the hotel all day. I'm like, you wasting the day. Let's go. And I had to be at the tunnel Sunday nights. So,
at the tunnel.
But being on the road with Little C's and all them, they taught me how to rock the tunnel because they would play Clue tapes and all these mixtapes, and they would like songs that I necessarily didn't like, but that the tunnel crowd liked.
Right.
So they kind of taught me how to like go from like this underground hip hop to this street hip hop. Like underground and street is like they cousins, but they not exactly the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They cousin, and like street niggas like Most Def. Most Def loves MOP, and they don't do the same shows. You know what I mean? They like.
Yeah, because some of that hip hop shit is an acquired taste.
Yeah. So they taught me that like. And like they used to bang, like I remember I was on the road with Lil Kim and Tupac Machiavelli came out. And Tupac is talking shit about them on the album and they still was banging it. And I was like, how can y'all play this? This nigga just dissed you. And they're like, yo, the music's hot. Like, and that's what taught me, that's really what taught me, like, if the music is hot, it don't matter.
Infectious.
Don't matter.
So the whole tunnel is what. That's crazy how they all rapping together. Kim, Tunnel, Flex.
Yeah, all of it. Yeah,
that's nuts.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. But it was fun though. Like, but at first I was getting, in the early days, I was getting 300 a week, and this was like promo shows and like just random nightclub appearances. I was getting 300 a week. Then her album comes out and she starts selling and selling and selling. And I'm like, yo, and then I had a problem with somebody. And so I quit and they hired some other DJ and he was fucking up. So they asked me to come back and they gave me 300 a show. And I thought I was rich.
I did it.
300 a show. I was coming home with $1,200 a week, or unless we did like one early show and one late show, like minimum 1,000 a week, minimum.
He was killing them, son.
Yo, Big, I thought I was rich.
He was killing them, son. What year was that though?
96.
96. Great years of hip. Great years for hip hop.
I was with Kim when Biggie died. Biggie died in 97.
Right.
Yeah, I was with Kim. Peep this. We in an airport. I think we was in Virginia.
Again.
We in the airport. Biggie calls C's. He's like, so, okay, Biggie died March 9th, so this had to be April 15th or some shit. Biggie calls C's and was like, yo, what you doing? He's like, I'm with Kim. We in Virginia. He's like, nah, come to LA. And he's like, C's is like, I get money when I go with Kim. Until you come back out, I don't get money with you. You know what I'm saying? If I go on the road with Kim, I get money. But when I hang out with Big, it's just hanging out. Even though Big takes care of everything, but you don't get no money in your pocket.
Right.
So he was like, nah, come to LA. I need you with me. He said, I'm just stay in the airport. I'm gonna send a flight. I'm gonna send you a ticket. So C's never walked out of the Virginia airport. And then he left and Kim is mad. Yo, I need C's. Biggie taking da-da-da-da-da. C's goes to LA and then a couple weeks later gets killed in LA, yo. But I was literally there when C's left, you know what I'm saying?
That's nuts.
I heard the Life After Death album, like in pieces. Check out this beat. Yo, check out this hook, this verse. Nah, Biggie's gonna change this verse. Yo, Biggie, I heard the Victory verse and they're like, nah, Puff's taking that song. Like, it was crazy, son.
Sound like Puff.
Yeah. But I heard it all. I heard what's the one about the niggas? You jealous motherfuckers, you just a weak to my downfall.
That's the one that leaked out on the cassette. I had that.
With Biggie on the hook?
It was so much air in that tape. It was insane.
Yo, I heard with Biggie on the hook and they're like, yo, they're gonna get DMC to do this. And I was like, oh, that's ill. He got an ill voice. Like, it was crazy.
Dude, I remember getting that cassette, bro. And we literally had to put the stereo on 10.
Yeah.
And the air was like, and the beat was like way in the back, but we was in there like this, like, oh my God.
Yeah, shit was crazy.
It like changed my life. Then to hear it on Life After Death with all the strings and shit on it, was just like, it was
everything I ever heard was, the whole Life After Death album is niggas made beats and then Biggie rhymed to it and then Puff and Stevie J got a hold of it and added all the whole album is all stringy and movie-like. So I heard them all raw before all that. Mm-hmm. And then I watched the progression. I was like, oh, they made a movie out of this album. They only didn't touch a couple. Like they didn't touch the premiere ones. Like, but the Havoc one, they put all that shit on top. The RZA one, I think they put some shit on. DJ Enough did You're Nobody Till Somebody Kills You.
He did?
Yeah, but it was raw. It was raw, and then they put all those strings in. I mean, I love it. I love the whole album. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. But like, I was like, oh, they changed it. They made it more like movie-esque.
It was cinematic for sure.
Yeah,
that's for sure. But bro, like, take me to the tunnel because I used to go to the tunnel every Sunday.
You did?
With Lost Boys, heavy. Fuck yeah. It was in there every Sunday damn near. 50 deep. Like,
what years?
I can't. That was between 95 and 97.
Yeah. Oh, so we was there together.
Absolutely. But that was like 4 Walmarts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be there the whole night and not see each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only club I've been to with a unisex bathroom with a bar in it. Like, come on.
Unisex, yep.
Come on. Like,
yeah, the tunnel was I thank God I got to rock in there because that was my boot camp. That was like, if I was in the Marines, that was boot camp. And I never, to this day, Bink, I'll DJ anywhere. I have no fear because I was like, yo, I came from the tunnel, yo. Them niggas used to throw ice at me if I sucked, yo. And then also, I was there early because I was the opener. I was talking about this last night with the manager. I actually talked to her on Instagram Live. I was there early because they used to do 500 girls free.
Right.
First 500 girls get in free. Them girls were lined up at 7 o'clock, son. So So they were like, "Yo, we need a DJ in here at 8:30, so we don't have these girls all the way down to 12th Avenue, like 11th Ave. So get Cipha Sounds in here, and he'll play like an hour and a half of R&B until Big Cap comes."
Right.
Big Cap was like, "Oh, they got a nigga in there opening," and he would come later and later every week, every week.
About 12:30, 1 o'clock, he showed up, right?
So, but it taught me so much, and that club was like, it was like so hood and so gutter. It was like, I'm from the Bronx, I'm from the hood, but I didn't really participate in that type of hood level activities.
Listen, man, let's just talk about just getting in there. It was like you was going to visit somebody in jail.
Yeah,
like literally. That's the type of search you got.
Yeah, you got metal detector, shoes off. Then you have to bang your shoes to see if anything falls out.
Open your mouth, check for razors.
Yep. And
lift
then
your tongue up. All that.
Yeah, it was like going to jail, and they pat you down and metal detector, and sometimes there would be cops. Did I lose you? Oh, sometimes there would be cops. As soon as you walk through the metal detector and go to that little area where you sit down and put your shoes on,
yeah,
there'd be cops, and they would have a stack of mug shots. And they used to put the mug shots to your face and flip through and see if they saw you.
That's nuts.
Yo, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Now, the crazy shit is, I didn't know about that, but they used to always have the fucking DUI checks on that one way, leaving too.
Yep. Yeah, they got
a lot of people with that, because you can't turn around, so one way.
Yep.
But people, like, the whole security squad looked like they just came home.
Yeah,
like they were like literally like the goon squad of all goon squads, bro.
Yeah, they were goons, and it was tough, man.
What?
To this day, like a lot of them have grown up, and they they be outside One Oak with suits, and as soon as I roll up, they like, "Yo, Cipha, what's up?" Like, I get right in. They still we went through war together. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are like your army buddies.
That part.
Any club in New York, if you work the Tunnel or Speed or one of them clubs, like, I don't even blink. They just walk me right in. Like, I don't even have to say, "Hey, I'm Cipha Sounds," and then usually I get in. They like, "Oh, Cipha, what's up?" And it's like, we tell war stories. Remember that time when the Locks was performing and the guy in a wheelchair had a gun? Like, it's crazy.
The guy in the wheelchair always had the gun.
Yo, wheelchair dude. One time I saw the Locks perform. They did when they left. Wait, when they left Bad Boy? No, they had to still be on Bad Boy. I think the album had just come out. And they walked out on stage to the Clue freestyle. What was that beat? Damn it. Hold on, Bink. What's that beat? It was like a Showbiz and AG that Premier did.
Oh, Showbiz.
Yeah.
AG.
That one.
Yeah.
The Locks did a freestyle to that on a Clue tape.
I remember.
And they walked out on stage to that, and the whole building was like, so then the guy in the wheelchair was like getting shook up, and he was like, "Hey, get off me, get off me." And I think he went to pull out just to like get people off of him because they were like shaking him up, and he must have like popped off by accident. Yo, the Locks didn't even get to perform there. All they did was like a minute of that song, and then everyone ran out. Like, it was crazy.
Pandemonium, yo.
Yeah.
Like, what the DJ set was, we used to be in between the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, where the steps to go to the bathroom was, we would be in that area right there. Like, it was very rare that we would go all the way to the back corner.
Yeah.
That dark corner back there. Like, that was a super dark corner back there.
Yeah.
Like, if you would get beat up if you wandered off too far from your crew, you would go through the wash machine. Like, literally. Like, I seen guys go through the wash machine, bro.
Yo, I seen fights in there, and the fight is one area, but the people start either running or getting pushed, so there'd be like this wave of people, right? So the fight's on the dance floor, the wave comes all the way up to the bar of people like falling back, and then somebody. So by the bar, they don't even know there's a fight on the dance floor. So when you fall back into somebody, they turn around and they're like, "Yo, get off me!" And they push you back, and then the wave goes the other way. It used to be crazy because we was in a DJ booth right by the bar, so we was like, I want to say like 5 feet off the ground, looking down.
Absolutely.
Like, oh my God.
He was over top of the crowd. You could see everything.
Everything. And we was like on a ship. And the people with the water, and we would just see them move like, ah.
Cap, like he said, Cap would come. I remember Cap coming in, dapping everybody up from the steps, blowing it down. You know what I'm saying? Before he get on the mic. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was fun.
Nuts. So how you end up with Flex though?
Through there, like Riz had the same manager as Flex, and he used to open the tunnel. And then DJ Riz started blowing up. If you don't know who DJ Riz is, he's the guy from the Crooklyn clan that used to make all those party records.
Oh, okay.
So, like anything with Fat Man Scoop yelling,
Crooklyn clan.
Yeah, that's Crooklyn. He was in Crooklyn. I was there when he first made those records. So he was the opener, and then he kind of started getting a little name for himself and wanted to do his own club. So then I was opening. So I got cool with Cap, Big Cap, and he used to bring me to the Palladium to open up. But Flex was like, Flex hates new people around. Flex is like, the first week I did the tunnel, I stayed in the DJ booth while he DJ'd, and he told his manager, yo, when he's finished DJing, he got to get out.
Yo, who money with? Money with you?
Yo.
That's the New York shit.
I know now he was testing me. You know what I'm saying? So I used to get out right away and stay right by the side. And if he asked me for something, yo, you got that new so-and-so record, or you got this beat, or you got this, I'll come right up, give him the record, boom. And then after a while, he saw that I was sticking to it. And then, like, I would have to stay to the very end because I would play at the end.
Right.
Like, Jessica would be like, yo, you could leave when you're done. And I'm like, nah, I'm going to stay just in case. In my mind, I'm like, what if he got to go to the bathroom or something? Or,
right.
You know what I mean? Or, like, if Hove was there one night and him and Hove are talking about what they're going to do, you know, yo, Cyph, play like 2-3 records real quick. And I'll get on, you know, and just hold it. So I stayed to the bitter end. And then it was luck and the grace of God that Flex had gotten his 7 o'clock radio show. So he used to just be a DJ at 10 o'clock. But then they were like, yo, you're so popular on the radio, we're going to give you the 7 o'clock slot just to be like a jock, an air personality.
Right.
And he needed some help. So he's like, yo, what if you come to the radio station, help me set up the crates, you know, get the guests in, get the food. I was like, yep. He's like, I can't pay you, but I'll get more DJ opening work for you, and I'll introduce you to people. And I was like, yo, great. Yeah, I don't care. I'm in.
All in.
So I
so
did that.
So that's where the whole Cipha Don't Get Gas came from?
Don't Get Gas, yep. That was a drop I was getting from Russell Simmons. And Flex was like, you getting drops? Don't get gas. And it just stuck, you know? And
Cipha Don't Get Gas.
Yo, those years at Hot 97, yeah, and that's when I also, you know, I thought I wanted to be a producer. So I was like, I'm gonna meet all the artists at the radio station and, you know, give them beats and everything. And I met everybody, man. All my heroes, all the legends, all the rappers. And then but I wasn't getting paid, so Flex would like have me order food, and I would order, like, he never checked the bag though. So I would order extra food, and then I would hide it in my book bag so I could have it for breakfast.
Smart. You was always smart though.
But he taught me everything though. Like that's my OG. Like he could call me right now and be like, yo, I think I need a sandwich. I'll be like, I'll go get it. I'll get it.
Do you remember the first record you ever played on radio?
So the same way in the club, if Flex had to go to the bathroom or some shit and I would hold it down, I did that on the radio. Like if he was getting an interview that he was pre-taping, he'd be like, play like 5 records, but don't talk. And I used to study. I know exactly how Flex scratches, so I could scratch. I could sound exactly like him or any DJ. I'm good at mimicking him. But so that I don't remember because I was just holding him down. But one night, it was a Saturday night, and they let me fill in for what was the DJ Scribble? Remember DJ Scribble?
Yeah.
He went on tour with somebody. I forget. He was on tour with somebody. And he had a show at midnight Saturdays, and they were like, "Yo, can you fill in for Scribble this night?" And yo, I spent the whole week getting my set together and get right. And the first record I played that night was Cypress Hill, How I Could Just Kill a Man. But I had a whole set. And then I was so excited. And whoever was running the boards, like, I get on, I start scratching, the record's playing. They didn't blink. And I was like, oh, that's when I learned, like, it don't matter who's in the room with you playing. You got to think about the people out there.
Right.
What they're doing. They either driving or they're in the crib chilling, smoking. Like, because, like, you're not going to get the reaction in the room. In the you know what I mean? In the radio station always.
So it is kind of like mess with your energy. So you got to block that out, though.
I had to learn how to, like, do it, like, pretend I was, like, in it. Visualize myself in, like, a club or something.
It's just like when you play a beat and nobody goes like this, you're like, okay, I'm going to go to the next one. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should skip this one. You know what I'm saying?
I used to, when I was at A&R, I used to have to give a speech before you played beats. I'm like, yo, I have a dead face and I don't react all crazy. Like, I like to really, like, zone out and listen. And then they'd be like, should I play the next one? I'm like, no, I'm feeling it. Sorry, I just have no expression.
Poker face. That's a Nate Dogg face. Nate Dogg had that same look, bro.
Really? Like nothing.
Rottweilers look the same all the time. Whether they're mad, they're angry, their face is always the same. So I used to call Nate Dogg the Rottweiler face because you never knew if he was in a good mood or a bad mood. Just like had the same face, but he was funny as shit. Crazy. But you was an A&R for Pharrell.
Yeah, first Ruckus.
Right? Who's your A&R Ruckus?
Well, they hired me as a consultant, so I didn't really A&R any particular projects, but they wanted me to try to find. This is when Ruckus was starting to blow up, kind of, right. And they wanted me to help them find some songs that could work in the tunnel. You know what I mean? Like, they had the underground on Smash, they had Fat Beats on Smash. They wanted to find something that could rock in the tunnel. So they hired me, and I would just be like, but then that's not all. I made sure I did everything. Like, that's how I met Mos. I'm still friends with Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Pharoah Monch, like, to this day. But so I was at Ruckus. I'm gonna tell you the beats I found at Ruckus. Uchi Wally, I bought.
Wow.
I bought Uchi Wally, and then Easy LP called me and was like, yo, Nas wants that beat. I was like, nah, I bought it already. He's like, yo, please, I'll give you 2 for 1. Like, Nas wants it. So I was like, all right, I'm not, whatever. And then there was another one I bought that turned out to be like a crazy, what was it?
Shout out to Easy LP too.
Yeah, he had some bangers. There was another one I forgot. But anyway, so I did that, and then from there I went to Tommy Boy.
And what year was Tommy Boy?
Tommy Boy. Oh, it was like 2000. Because I remember I was there at 9/11 in Tommy Boy. So like 2000, 2001. And then Tommy Boy was the guy. Remember the label Next Plateau?
Yeah, absolutely. The Red and Black.
Next Plateau, like Salt and Pepper was on there and a bunch of artists. The guy who owned Next Plateau was friends with Tom Silverman, and he's an old guy, Eddie O'Loughlin, and he just got a job at Tommy Boy because he just loves finding records and making records.
Right.
So he was my boss, son. the lessons that old man gave me and taught me, like a weird white guy, like, and he was like from East New York, like in the old days, you know what I mean, like in the 50s or some shit.
Super tough.
But me and Jamal both, like I said I want to bring my partner Jamal with me, and he's like, we're just hiring one A&R. I was like, I'll split my paycheck with him, and he was like, what? Why? I was like, because he's my partner. He's good at this. We work well together. And then when he saw that I was willing to split my paycheck with him, he was like, all right, we'll hire him. Like, you must love him so much.
Lawyers, you don't get no further than that site.
So me and Jamal was in there. We found Cuckoo Cal.
You know I know about Cuckoo Cal. Freak Nasty.
Cal.
I did Freak Nasty for him.
Cuckoo Cal, a couple other artists we worked with, but Tommy Boy was just like, that's where I learned the music business of like, it ain't about the love. It's like, how many singles can we push out the door? You know what I mean? Like, so I learned the hard way. Then from there, I got down with Pharrell, and I started A&R when he opened his label, Star Trek.
And what year is that?
2002, maybe, whenever Grinding came out. Oh, no. I broke Grinding.
Facts.
Like, they were, I was a huge Neptune fan. Oh, when I was at Tommy Boy, Nori was on Penalty Records, and that was a subsidiary of Tommy Boy.
Right.
So I was hearing Neptune beats. Like, he would always send Nori Neptune beats, and he would let me hear them before Pharrell really blew up. And
right.
I was like, yo, these guys are amazing. I love their sound. I love the Neptunes. And then I met them and whatever, and then they said, yo, we're going to put out our own artist, The Clips. And they gave me Grinding in January, and I played it as much as I could on the radio. I banged it, and it didn't pop off until Miami Memorial Day weekend. But like, I was playing it like crazy. Like Rob Walker, the manager of the Neptunes, was like,
yeah, sure.
You're the only guy playing this right now. And I'm like, I love it. I love this song. Like, it was amazing.
They'll play at the crib too. And, you know, they're playing in Virginia, but you know, it's a different look and a different market. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then so from that, I got really cool with them because they saw how much I, played it. And then I so I A&R'd Khalees album, second album, the Clips second album, the Neptune's compilation album, and then Famlay, who was supposed to be like my real breakthrough artist that I A&R'd the whole thing.
Right.
It never really came out. It didn't come out. Just a
shout out to North Zone, one of my, people from the crib, Family, shout out to Family, Huntersville in the building. Yeah, so they switched up his whole style from what he was, from what I recognized. From
what was he more like back in the day? You're saying
he was more of a split up, and then like you guys kind of switched him up like a Too Short kind of like type of vibe. You know what I'm saying?
That's Pharrell.
Yeah, that's what I think was the problem, because he can actually rap.
The problem with Pharrell, who I love to death, is the nigga will give you a beat, you'll make a whole song to it, and then he'll be like, "Oh no, Jadakiss needs this," or Nelly needs this, or whatever, and you'd be like, "No, that's my song," and like, so that's the first time I said, I talked to Pharrell and everyone at the label. I said, "Do you have to produce everything?" You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't we get Family with some other producers? I got the first beat ever from the kid J.E. that used to produce all the Nelly shit.
Right.
I got the first beat ever he produced for Not Nelly and Not Saint Lunatics. Like, we went to St. Louis. I was like, nobody's using this guy. He's got to have something dope in there.
Right.
I got 2 beats from Little John before he blew up.
I remember that.
I got 2 beats from Little John. He had like Bia Bia out and a couple other songs. And Cap was really cool with him, so he introduced me to him. And I went and he did a couple songs for an artist we had on Tommy Boy.
Right.
I gave Little John $5,000, I think, for 3 beats.
Damn.
And then he starts getting a little name, and then I went back to him for Family, and Pharrell was slow, so he was gonna give me like 2 beats for maybe 10 grand or something like that. And then the Youngbloods came out, the Damn song.
Forget about it.
In the process of me trying to get him, that song blows up. He's like, 20,000. And I was like, I had you at 10. He's like, you too slow. You know what I'm saying? And he did 2 songs. He did 2 songs for Family that were phenomenal. Oh my God, so dope. But then Pharrell did bangers too.
Yeah.
Never came out. Tyler
Roll to the Rock. Roll to the Rock, right?
Yo. This Is Living, Roll to the Rock. There was another one called I got them in my hard drive. Yo, you know Tyler the Creator is a huge Neptune fan.
Yeah, I can hear it on this new album.
Whenever I see Tyler the Creator, he corners me and he's like, let me get that Family album. I'm like, I can't give it to you, son. He's like, I need it, please. Like, he knows about it.
No, listen. Did you hear his new album?
No, I never listened to the whole thing.
His new album sounds exactly like Pharrell.
Really?
I'm talking verbatim. Like, not you would think Pharrell did it.
Right.
Like, it's that inspired.
Yeah, he loves Pharrell.
That's what it makes sense now.
He's open about it too. He's not embarrassed. Like, he loves Pharrell.
He's
Pharrell,
a talented dude.
We love Pharrell on the music vibes and all that stuff, and like, he's a cool guy.
Right.
But the kids that came up when they were blowing up, they love him on a whole different level, bro. Like,
right.
Like, they love him on a different, like a fashion god and a nerd that broke through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the thing. Pharrell was he brought the trucker hats out. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody was wearing the trucker hats. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the tight jeans, the skinny jeans. Like, he ushered all that stuff in. Like, I would have to say. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely a fashion right.
Billionaire Boys Club. Sorry.
You know what I'm saying? With the old T-shirt, like just regular, like just Walmart T-shirts and jeans with the trucker chain. Like, he was like, he brought all that shit in the game. I can't lie. Definitely an icon on that side of the coin. But you also broke Rihanna and Ross.
Yes. Who was first? Ross? Yeah, so that's how I got a job. That's how I started working for Jay-Z. I got I was in Miami. I was with what's so funny? You know the rapper True Life?
Yeah, for sure.
I always tell the story of how I was in Miami and Khaled was in the studio with us, and Khaled was like, yo, I got an artist down here. He got a hot record. And Khaled was the only one playing it because I was his boy. And he's like, yo, can you please play this in New York? And he gave me Rick Ross Hustlin'. And this is a record I could say that I had all, like, the blessing was Flex had took some time off and went on like this college tour. And Flex never really went on tour. So Flex went on this college tour. And it was only like 2 or 3 weeks. But I got to fill in for him. And it was just so happy when I came back from Miami with that Rick Ross record. So the timing was just perfect. And I used to play it every night, and I would rewind it. This is when, like, they let you wild out on the radio.
No script required.
Yeah, and I was like, this is hot. This is fire. Da, da, da. And I kept rewinding it. And then it was around Christmas time. I remember it was Christmas time. Oh, that's what it was. Flex went on like a little end of year college tour and then had a week off for like Christmas, New Year's, all that.
Right.
So I'm playing it every night, and Young Sav, Fat Man Scoop's brother, who eventually later on became the guy who ran Maybach Music.
Right.
He used to work at Hot 97. He knows the nigga was there running the board and saw me bang this record every night hustling. And I called Jay, or I texted Jay, and I remember it had to be December like 23rd. And I texted him on whatever was out at the time, probably two-way. You know what I mean? And
right.
I
They
hit
was the
him.
devil.
I say, yo, Jay, there's a record out of Miami that's so crazy. And like I would play it on the radio, and this is like now if you're on Instagram Live and you get all the hearts,
right?
The phone lines would light up. The phone lines, this is how you knew you had something. When there was a record you never heard before, and people would call and be like, what's that? What's that?
Who is this?
This was the internet. You call Hot 97. What's that they playing? Bang. So I hit Jay-Z. I say, yo, there's this record out of Miami. Khaled gave it to me. It's called Rick Ross Hustlin'. I say, you gotta get on top of this. The nigga hit me back and said, it's Christmas. He's like, can you hit me next week?
Right.
And I wrote back to him, I thought you was God body 5% of God. We don't celebrate Christmas. And then he said, can I have some time with my mom, please? I said, okay, no doubt. So then I hit him like, you know, he had just become president of Def Jam.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna tell you how I got close to him in that era in a second. So then I hit him next week after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's. I said, yo, just reminding you, I'm playing this record. I'm getting a lot of reaction. I think you got to grab it. Remember at that time, the music industry, recording-wise, had moved from New York to Miami. All the studios, Hit Factory and Right Track Studio, they all had studios in Miami.
Circle House.
All the A&Rs were in Miami, finishing up all the albums that come out, you know, top of the year and all that. This nigga Hove screamed at all his A&Rs. He said, everybody, y'all all down there for the last couple of months, and this nigga on the radio is telling me about a record in Miami? What the fuck are y'all doing? So obviously Def Jam eventually got it because Rick Ross was, you know, signed to Def Jam.
Right. Shakir
gets the A&R credit. Shakir was the guy he worked with, L.A. Reid. L.A. Reid and Jay-Z were like kind of co-presidents or whatever the deal was. Shakir ends up getting the deal, signs Rick Ross. I'm waiting for my finder's fee or A&R credit, something. Yo, son, nothing. Nothing. This nigga Shakir, God bless the dead, yo. Nigga Shakir pulled me aside and was like, Cipha, you a good nigga. You did a good thing. You obviously got an ear. You can break music. He's like, nobody's gonna give you your credit, yo. He's like, you gotta fight for it. You gotta not let. He's like, you should have never called Hove without getting something from Ross. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't.
Securing the deal, basically.
Yeah, or like getting some kind of agreement from Khaled and Ross. Because when they got the deal, they got amnesia, yo. Amnesia.
Sound like the music industry to me.
Now, the thing is, Shakir, who I'm not gonna say he took the credit because then he went on to sign him and made an album, like you know.
Right.
But they didn't give me my credit for showing them who this guy was. But he gave me a nice long talking to, and from that moment on, I always kept that in my mind. Like, they're not gonna give you credit. You gotta take it, whatever. I bought 3 things for Jay-Z.
What was that?
4 things. I bought Rick Ross.
Right.
I was part of bringing him Rihanna. I never say I did it because there was a lot of people involved, but I was part of it. Damian Marley and True Life. And Damian Marley was the first thing. I called him up. or I saw him Damian Marley dropped Welcome to Jam Rock. And I'm a reggae head.
That was a joint.
What is this? This is crazy. I said, Jay, okay, I'm gonna tell you. Am I all over the place?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. When Jay dropped 444, he did Saturday Night Live. Second performance, he brought out Damian Marley. They did that song they have together.
Right.
It didn't hit me till then, Bink. That's what, 2 years ago? I'm watching Damian Marley perform on stage with Jay-Z. I was there because I was hanging out with Michael Che.
Right.
I was at Saturday Night Live and Hove was there performing with Damian Marley. And I look and I go, oh shit. I introduced them to each other in like 2007. And I forgot it's at BB King's. There was it was like a hip hop Caribbean night. So Sizzler performed, Foxy Brown was performing, Damian Marley, and a couple other acts, right? So Jay had just signed Foxy to the new deal he had, whatever. Remember when he signed Foxy like to Rockefeller or whatever? So he was there with Foxy, and I said, yo, Jay, you got to meet this guy. He's Bob Marley's son. He's like his youngest son. He got a record that's so crazy. It's called Welcome to Jam Rock. So I bring him over. I say, yo, Damien, Jay-Z, this is Damian Marley, da-da-da. They shake hands. They talk for a while. He does the song, and Jay was like, yo, call me tomorrow. Like, how do I get that? So what happens was I call him, da-da-da-da. Eventually, it doesn't work out because the Marleys were like, no, we don't we don't sign to rappers.
Right, that part.
They shut it down. But look what's happening now. Damian Marley is now part of Rock Nation. All this is from 2007 or whatever that was.
See, was planning.
So that one I didn't expect anything from it because they ended up not signing him. But then the Rihanna thing, same thing with like Rick Ross. They gave me this record, her manager and her producers, and I said, yo, let me play that on the radio. And they were just about to go shop a deal for her. And I start banging the song on the radio. And that's what gets her the deal.
Was that the Pawn the Replay?
On the Replay, yeah. And like the first Rihanna album, like she wanted to be like Caribbean. That's what she is. And I'm like the Caribbean guy. So once Jay Brown and Jay got a hold of her, they took all that Caribbean shit out. But
that was J.R. Ryder.
J.R. Ryder?
He's the one who produced the Pawn the Replay.
Oh.
Who produced Pawn the Replay?
Hey, it was these two guys, Evan and something. Like, there's these two producers. They were like known in like the dance world for years and years.
Oh, okay.
They're both. I think J.R. Ryder did the next big single.
Okay.
Like it's funny. They were both these producers, two white guys. Like, like
no, I met him. I met him.
Yeah,
I knew Rihanna first before anybody.
Yeah. So they're both married to Bayesian women, or were. I don't know if they still are.
Right.
One of them is Rihanna's aunt. So, they knew Robin since she was like 13, 14 years old, and they were working with her. And then finally they got this record, and I played it. I'm the first one to ever play Rihanna, ever, ever, ever. And they hear it on the radio. She goes to Def Jam. There's the famous story where they wouldn't let her leave, da-da-da-da. But this is my favorite story. I'm at 40-40, and me and Jay get into a huge argument in what I like to call the vestibule. But there's a door in the street, a little tiny hallway, and then the door to the club.
Right.
In that little hallway, we had the hugest screaming match because he did not want to sign her. He wasn't sure. He was like, I don't know, it might just be one hit. She might be, the song might be bigger than her. And I was like, no, I heard the other shit. She's dope. I'm telling you, she's going to be big. I didn't know she was going to be this big.
Right.
But I was just like, you know, Caribbean music was so big at the time, and like I was trying to like figure out how to, and I was like, she's gonna be so big, da 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 da. And then they end up doing that thing where they bring her to the room and they never let her leave. Again, I didn't get credit for that, but I got a job. He offered me a A&R job. So
you got something out of that deal at least.
Yeah. So like I didn't get anything on Rihanna, but he was like, yo, I'm starting this. He's like, yo, you found this girl. She's from Barbados. Then you found Damian Marley. He's like, I'm starting this world label where I want to get music from other parts of the world. He's like, I want you to be senior VP at A&R. And I was like, oh, shit. It's crazy. Yeah, man.
Nuts.
It's crazy.
So did you take Nina Sky over there too?
No, Nina Sky was way before that.
Okay.
But that also helped me. I took a reggae beat and made a #1 pop record. So that's why he was like, oh, this kid is in touch with like different worldly markets. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So
DJ ears. That's the DJ ears, bro.
Yeah.
So now hold on. Is it a rumor or is it true that you and Alicia Keys had something in the tuck on some comedy?
Oh yeah, it's only a rumor because we didn't sell it, but it's like, yeah, I had a comedy show with Alicia Keys.
Wow.
My improv show where I get artists to tell a story.
Yeah.
And we make up a show on the spot. So
right.
Swiss did it. He loved it. He said, yo, Alicia would love this. And me and her partnered up and we got really close. Well, we sold it once. We actually sold it to Jay-Z, which is so funny. We sold it to Jay-Z. And I don't know if you know this, Jay-Z had a partner in the film industry by the name of Harvey Weinstein.
Hey.
Yo, Bink, when I tell you 2 days before I was supposed to go sign is when that Harvey Weinstein story broke. 2 days.
They couldn't wait 2 days? That's probably the first thing you said. They couldn't wait 2 days to start this bullshit?
Monday the story broke. You know, the Harvey Weinstein is a rapist and this and that. And Alicia called me and was like, yo, you sure you want to do this deal with this guy? I said, nah, it can't be true. There's no way it's true.
Sheesh.
It was true. So that fell apart. And then I did a deal with Will Ferrell's company, Funny or Die. And
wow.
We got really close to selling it to Netflix and a couple other places. And then something happened. There was some kind of shakeup and, you know, industry shit. So it never went, but we were close.
Damn.
Something's going to happen, though. I can't keep getting all these misses and not something hit. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like always right there.
I know. What's the problem?
You know what I'm saying? It's I'm going to tell you what it is. You're too much of a good guy.
100%.
You can't get money in the music game being a good guy.
I know.
It's almost impossible. So it's like you have to be a narcissist to a certain degree.
Yeah, I know.
In order to get the bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what holds both of us up.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
But this is what I always tell people though, Bink. I don't watch my back when I walk in the street. Like I sleep.
Right.
You know, like rest in peace, yo. But this story we're telling about Shakir, he ended up committing suicide. You know what I'm saying? So like he got I don't know why. I don't know that much about him, but I'm just saying like you can't be happy if you kill yourself. You know what I mean? Like
a lot of pressure in that shit.
Something's off. And a lot of people I see quit or leave or like, I don't know, man. They don't seem happy. Not all. Some people are very happy, but
I mean, no, listen. I think we both know somebody that was in the music game, and the music game totally consumed them and chewed them up and spit them out.
Yeah.
And they just like fuck music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you see them again, like, no, man, I got this artist again. I think I found the love again. So it's like it's hard to walk away from it, but you got those situations you come through in the music game that'll really shake your ass up and make you be like, you know what? Fuck all this shit, bro. I'm going to Costco's. I'm going to work at, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to work somewhere on a regular 9 to 5. This is too much. So I've been there a couple of times, my damn self.
Of course.
But just seeing your journey.
I left High 97. Let me tell you, all these stories I'm telling you, those were all my second and third moonlighting jobs. A&Ring was my second job. Hot 97 came first. Hot 97 was the number one job. And all these other jobs where I find these artists and get to deal with Jay-Z and Pharrell and all that, those were like part-time jobs. 17 years I was Hot 97. 15 of those years were amazing. Like, I'm never leaving here.
Right.
Always be here, like Flex. I'll always be here. And then the last 2 years, it twisted on me. And it got horrible. Horrible.
So 105, so you started thinking 105 maybe?
No, not even, because this funny thing is, they've offered me a job. Here's dumb Cipha. Here's nice guy Cipha.
Right.
My OGs in DJing on the radio is Funkmaster Flex. My OG on how to be an air personality is Angie Martinez.
Right.
This day, like Angie Martinez, I always tell the story. Angie Martinez was late to my wedding. Like, she was in my wedding party, right?
Right.
My wife's Filipino, and there's this thing in Filipino weddings where they call there's godparents of the marriage. You know how like you have a godparent of your kid?
Right.
Filipinos have the godparents of the marriage. So Angie was one of my godparents. She was late to my wedding, and I waited for her. And my wife was like, what's happening right now? I'm like, I'm waiting for Angie. And she's like, why? We gotta, like, it's time to go. Like,
right.
Power 105, my boy G-Spin, he was a big radio guy in Boston. He takes over Power 105. He offers me a job. In my mind, I was like, if I take this job, I'll be so embarrassed to look Angie and Flex in the eye because I'm leaving them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then 6 months later, Angie's like, yo, I'm out. Triple the salary. I'll catch y'all later. Like, he left. Big, I'm telling you, my whole world crumbled because it hit me at that moment. I was like, oh, it's not about me and them. It's about me and my family.
What they tell you on the airplane? Put your mask on first.
Put your mask on first.
You ain't no good, nobody else did.
Yo, and me and Angie still cool to this day, but like, I didn't leave because of Flex and Angie. Like, I'll never be able to look them in the eye. I'll be embarrassed or whatever. She was out.
This goes back to what I just said. You have to be a narcissist to a certain degree. You got to embody that in this game. Because like you said, a good dude, like, man, I'm not gonna leave my guy. I came in this shit with him. Meanwhile, he's like, yo, the first motherfucker that asked me, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's like there ain't no thought to it.
Yeah,
but we like trying to be loyal.
When and then fucking pisses me off is my shit. The way I left was a weird situation. It merged with another station. The boss of that station became our boss. He didn't know my value. He didn't know the blood I put in, blah, blah, blah. I end up leaving so unceremoniously where it's just like, Cipha's like an email goes out to the press. Cipha Sounds is no longer employed at MS Broadcasting. That's it.
Damn.
Angie went to the competition and got a party and balloons and cakes and everybody was crying. She got to say goodbye on the air. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, she's going across the street. Like, I love her to death. Personally, I love her to death. But now she is my enemy. Like, the moment she says she's taking that job, me thinking, because I'm thinking I got Hot 97 branded on my arm, she's now the enemy. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be cool personally, but and then they gave a party, and the way I left was like, whatever. Pissed.
Hey, man. That's how it was, you know, at CSAC. Just I remember one time me trying to do a deal over there, and the new people that taking over in the office, they like, well, they just talked to me so crazy, like I had put no work in. It was just like, damn, like, and that's what Quincy Jones called peanut counters. They call it bean counters.
Bean counters, yeah.
Bean counter, like when you get the bean counter at the top of the joint, it ain't about how long you've been here.
Yeah.
What's his what is he producing? What has he brought to the table?
Yeah.
This year, not 15 years ago.
Yeah.
What he did 6 months ago. Oh, that's it? Okay, well then fuck him. You know, it's like, damn, bro. Like
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. So it's like for me to watch your journey though, like, you know, from we know each other for a long time. And to see you transition into comedy was like, he got some balls, because it takes balls to get up there. You know what I'm saying? In the front. I see how you warmed up to it, though. You started hosting first, getting your nerves right. And then you got comfortable with that. And then you start really just, you know what, might as well tell a couple jokes while I'm up here. Then you start doing sets. I'm like, okay, he's all the way in there.
Yeah, I was lucky. I jumped the line a little bit because most comedians that start wanting to be a comedian never been on stage. So it takes them like 3 years to even get comfortable on stage. I already been on stage for 15 years. Like, that was nothing. That was easy.
That part.
Talking on a mic was like, yeah, it's what I do. Now I just got to structure it to be funny. But that's what I realized, how much I love DJing, how much I love being on the radio wasn't 100% about music as much as I thought it was. It was about, because like even when I DJ Bink in clubs, I would say funny shit on the mic. It was just my natural persona. I wasn't I wasn't a tough DJ like K Slay, or I was kind of joking around. Like if I DJ'd a Spanish club, I'd be like, yo, I'm about to put it down. We about to have fun. Nobody go outside and steal my radio. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. And the other DJs would be like, what the fuck? These niggas crazy. And then
personality though.
Yeah, and then like a DJ would be before me and he'd play all the hits. And I'll come on and I'll be like, all right, everything played. And I'll play like some opera. Right? I'll play like some opera and the whole crowd stops dancing and they stare at me. And I'm like, I had to clean up what that nigga did with something, you know what I mean? And like, yo. So then I
realized. That's like smelling the coffee beans for the cologne.
Exactly. So then I realized, as much as I love music, because I love music, I love DJing, but it was more of an entertainment thing where if I just took the turntables out, I'm still doing the same thing, talking on a mic, being funny and clever. Now, I ended up finding a way to infuse DJing back into my comedy. So now I'll do sets where I got the turntable and laptop on stage with me, and I'm doing stand-up, but I have jokes that have music in it. It murders, Bink. It murders.
I already know.
And I'll talk to the crowd, and the guy will be like I'll be talking to the crowd, whatever, and I'm just the turntables are there, and I'm talking to this guy, and he's like, let's say he looks like he's scared of his wife. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, why every time you laugh you look at her? Like, why you scared of your wife? And then he'll be like, I'm not scared of my wife, and then I'm pulling up Mobb Deep Shook Ones. You know what I'm saying? You know, son. And it's like, and the whole crowd laughs because they like, oh, how did the nigga think of that? You know? So other people have crowd work, but I found a way to like add another element to it. You know?
So what does your very famous buddy think about your comedy, Mr. Chappelle?
Oh, yo, last year, Dave, I was the DJ on the Chappelle show. I met Dave through Mos Def years ago because Dave is the best comedian in the world. He's also the best hip hop fan in the world, like right there.
Right.
He used to say I was funny back in the day on Chappelle Show. That's like 02, 03.
Right.
Something like that. He's like, yo, you funny, man. You funny. You should do stand-up. I'm like, stand-up? What the fuck are you talking about? I DJ. Duh, I should have listened. I helped get Little John on Chappelle's Show, that famous Little John sketch.
What?
John.
What?
So Dave goes on his hiatus for the 12 years, whatever. He disappears. We link back up through mutual friends, blah, blah, blah. He asked me to do a couple shows with him, but to DJ. Every show Dave has, he has a DJ, no matter what. Always. Right. He's like, I don't understand why people walk out to a cold room. Like, get the energy up. It's simple math to him why people don't have DJs. So I DJ with him. This is like 5 years ago, something like that. Yeah, about 5 years ago. And I'm just laying low, Bink. Like, I'm not going to try, yo, can I do stand-up on your show? I'm just laying low. Donnell Rawlings is there, a bunch of other comedians. I'm DJing, and then I bring Dave out, and I stay on stage the whole time. He might ask me something. I'll throw something back. And then he's like, yo, so you doing stand-up now? You at the Comedy Cellar? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, that's cool, man. That's dope. Good luck, man. Da, 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 da. Never asked me to do a set, nothing like that. I start getting cool with the tour manager and all the people around Dave. I'm like, yo, if you ever need me for anything, let me know. I start going to Dave's shows, even if I'm not working.
Right.
Go hang out. And then finally, and then so Donnell's like, yo, can you do like 5 minutes before I come out to like just warm them up a little bit? Yeah. So that 5 minutes turns into 10. So sometimes it's just me, Donnell, and Dave. And you never want to be the first comedian because that's the roughest spot. So he's like, yo, do like 10 minutes, get them warmed up. So I DJ, and then I go do a little stand-up. Then Donnell comes out, bodies it, and then I bring Dave out. I don't think Dave has ever seen me. He might have heard me in his dressing room, maybe. He's not even there usually when I'm on stage,
Right.
Last year, December, Dave calls me and goes, yo, can you come to Denver with me? Denver, Chattanooga, and Raleigh, Durham. He's like, I'm just going to do a little run to get my shit ready to start working on the next album, the next hour. I go to Denver. It's just me and him.
Wow. You talking about pressure.
Son, I DJ, and then I do like 15, 20 minutes of stand-up, and then I bring him out. This club in Denver is called Comedy Works. It's one of my favorite clubs in the country. The dressing room is literally right behind the stage. So I'm like, this nigga cannot not hear me. You know what I mean? Like, and I was murdering. So we was only there for 2 nights. And we go back, but we did 2 shows a night. In between shows, he was like, yo, Cipha. Yo, my heart melted, son.
Bro, to get the approval from him, like that's huge.
He goes. So then his normal DJ is coming back like 2 days later in like Raleigh, Durham. So I'm gonna go home. So we hanging out. I do the next show with him, but then by then Donnell was there. So just Denver was just me and him. That was the moment everything changed.
Right.
Then Donnell comes, and then his DJ shows up, and I was gonna go home. He was like, yo, why don't you just stay the rest of the run with us? And I was like, I mean, I can hang out, but I ain't really like a tag along nigga. Like, I'll go back home and work. And he's like, nah, just do stand-up. And I was like, oh.
How did you keep it together when you said it? Like, I think I would have fanned out at that point.
It was rough. Because he only calls me when his DJ is booked for something else.
Right.
So like he's like, oh, I'll get 2 for 1. He'll get DJ and he could do a little warm up. But then Denver was like just me and him, so it's not warm up. It's like featuring.
Right.
And when he said you could stay on and just do stand up and not DJ, yo, everything changed. Then he called me. He's like, yo, I'm gonna go to Europe for a month. Can you come with me? And that's literally when right after that is when all this shit happened. But it was like he was about to be like, yo, just rock with me. Because all his openers started blowing up and they don't leave. Like they'll still do shows with him, but they're not there for like the bullshit shows. Like so like I was right in there.
I'm such a huge Dave Chappelle fan, bro. Huge.
The best.
Huge, bro.
But it's funny, like he's the greatest guy, greatest comedian, biggest hip hop fan, but also just a good person, yo. Good person.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
Because his comedy reflects that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he ain't no punk neither though. That's the thing. Like we've been in some
DC.
Shit. Huh?
He from DC.
Yeah, there's a couple times we've been in some shit and I'm like, oh, he didn't even flinch. He didn't flinch.
I'm like, and he started hitting the weights last like 3-4 years.
Oh yeah, that whole shit, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit looks crazy.
He went from skinny to Diesel Day. You know what I'm saying? Well, bruh, man, I knew kind of your story.
I know. Nobody knows.
This gave me a whole newfound respect for
I'm gonna tell you my story now.
Huh?
I said I'm gonna tell you my story now. My nanny can't work because of this coronavirus shit. So I gotta take care of my 2 kids, and it's driving me crazy. And I went to Target yesterday. There was a big sign on the outside wall said, "We're hiring, target.com/careers." And I was like,
no.
should I check it out? For the time
to get out the house.
I'm bored out of my mind, yo.
Just to get out the house, man.
Get out the house, stock some shit.
This is cabin fever to the next level.
Yo, it's crazy.
It's nuts. Boy, but bro, I appreciate you coming through here chopping it up with me.
Why is there all these other names on the screen? Where were these people?
That's producers.
Producers, plural.
Plural. They're the ones who used to Power Combat Jack show.
Wow.
So those are my guys. Yeah, those are my guys, man. So this is like my 4th episode. You know what I'm saying? Whoa. I did John Sally first.
I saw it. That was good. That was a good interview. And I don't give a shit about basketball. And that was a good interview,
yo. KLC. And who I got? Mike Bennett.
What's KLC?
KLC, Beats by the Pound.
Oh, the producer.
Yeah, the one that did all the No Limit shit.
Yeah, No Limit, yeah.
Great interview. I'm gonna send you that so you can check it out. But and then I'm doing Michael Bennett Sunday.
Who's that?
You speak with the Legion of Boom, Seattle Seahawks. Football.
Michael Bennett?
Like one of the only guys that took a kneel doing that whole.
Really?
Yeah, he's still locked up with Cap. The rest of them was too scared. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so he retired now. But he's another good dude, man. But we definitely gotta link up. You still in New York or where you at?
Yeah. Well, I'm right now I'm at my wife's parents' house just because there's more space for the kids. My wife's still working from home. So in the city it was like no room, you know what I mean?
You like what you saying, like a building?
In the city?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do y'all do it, bro?
I like it, yo.
It would drive me nuts not to be able to go in the backyard and just sit in the backyard for a second. Like
that's some country. You country, yeah.
Straight country, man. I gotta have some grass.
I did that today. I sat on the deck.
How did it feel?
I hate it.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna jump off, but Again, man, I appreciate you for coming through
Oh,
here.
thanks, Bink. I appreciate it. Man.
Anything you need me
Real.
for, let me know, bro. I'm
I'll
gonna
let
see
you know. Yeah.
too.
All right.
All right,
Thanks, bro.
my guy.
Later.
Bink, the Humble Monster.